Hello guys, this is DK Uncovered. So in today's video, what I want to share with you is something that I've realized could be our downfall. And to be honest, it has been most of us downfall in the past. And what I'm talking about is our focus. In order for us to be whatever we want to be or to accomplish anything that we want, we need focus, bruv. And most of us are not focused. Let's be honest. You are not where you are right now because you're not focused. Billionaires, I watch billionaires sometimes, I read books about them, right? And one thing that they talk about the most is our focus. Even when you're meditating, they talk about focus, bro. If you're doing visualization, they talk about you need to focus, attention, bro. So it's very important. You can clearly tell. But before I continue, don't forget to like and subscribe. Subscribe, guys. I need you supporting it. Subscribe, guys. But anyway, like I was saying, for example, yeah, you know when I was in college, my late teenage years, early 20s, one thing that I used to do and people around me, we used to do, and even not even just people around me, in college itself, most guys, our focus was the fact that we wanted to get more girls, bro. So even when we buy clothes, it's mainly to just so we can attract more girls or to, impress girls, isn't it? Right? And one thing that I realized was that instead of, to be honest, if we were serious enough to just focus on whatever we want out of life, getting more money, saving up, right? And studying in school, for example, instead of focusing on girls, we could have probably done a bit more better in school and with our money. And most of you guys, whether you're in your 20s or in your 30s, you could probably relate to us all. You probably did not do well or hasn't done much for yourself because you were focused on 2 things, 3 things at the same time. If you want one thing, if you want to accomplish one thing, yeah, you need to make it be part of your life, bruv. You know what I mean? Feel it in your being, bruv. That let's say this is who you are. You know what I mean? I always talk about whenever you want something or whenever you start to go, see yourself as though you've already accomplished it. I've already said these things before, right? So imagine if you're focused on 2 things at the same time, or 10 things, 100 things at the same time, then you're confusing yourself and most importantly, your mind. So your mind is seeing you accomplishing several things at the same time. And we all know, like I've already said it before, if you have 2 ships, and one ship knows where they're going, you're giving the captain a final destination, and let's say the destination is America, and the other ship, there's no captain, there's no crew, there's no destination. All you need to do is just turn the engine on. We all know that ship is not going to get anywhere. It's the same thing as your mind, bro. It's the same thing as human being. If you don't have any destination, any definite destination, right? We all know that your mind is not going to be taking you wherever you want to go. So if you're focused on girls, and don't get me wrong, yeah, I still talk to girls, I approach girls, I approach a girl today. You know what I mean? I approach girls, but I've kept it to a very minimum, bro. Compared to last year, last 2 years, you know what I mean? Last 3 years, I've kept it to a very minimum. Because I know that if I start focusing on that the most, I am not going to do what I need to do. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying that if you want to talk to a girl or if you want to go out with your friends, don't do any of that. Because then, of course, you're going to even run yourself down, innit? You need to still enjoy yourself. You need to enjoy life. You know what I mean? But you need to keep these things to a very minimum. Now, I've been watching, I like boxing, innit? So, and lately, for some reason, I've been watching 70s boxing, 80s boxing, 90s, and not even just boxing, other sports. And I've realized that people like, for example, Mike Tyson, right? See, in the 80s, innit, he was very, very good. But as soon as the end of, let's say, the 80s and the early 90s, we could realize that he was going down because of his lack of focus, right? So he was losing matches and that. And that goes to show you that your focus in everything is very important. You need it in everything that you do. You know what I mean? You need it in everything, bruv. And he's one of my favorite fighters, but I could clearly tell that because the channel that I follow, they put down the dates, you know what I mean, every video I watch, it. And you could clearly tell that the late 80s, when he lost his first fight, that was it, bro. That was when he started losing and winning and losing. You know what I mean? If he wasn't as sharp as he was, bro, it's because the focus, fam. And he could probably tell you, every fighter talks about your focus. It's 95%, what do you call it? Mentality, right? Mental, and the rest is probably the 5% is whatever you eat and your training and all that, right? It's the same thing as if you're working on your purpose, bro. No matter what your purpose is, maybe working on the software, it's still whatever 90%, what do you call it? Mental, bro. Because if you lose a little focus, that's it, bro. That is it. So I've realized that most guys, we lose focus a lot, especially these days. We lose focus a lot, bro. And when I say focus, it's not just with girls. Anything that you do that you know that it is leading you to failure. It's not benefiting you. It's not a good investment, bro. Just take your mind off that, bro. Now there's a book I read one time called "Wake Up and Live" by Dorothea Brand or whatever her name is, right? And she broke down in it how the introvert and the extrovert, the things that they do that leads them to failure, right? And to be honest, I could tell that right, like most of us, right, we are heading towards the failure whirlpool, bro. We are sinking ourselves on a daily basis, and if we don't even know, we don't even know. You know what I mean? So just reevaluate yourself around you. What is it that is just taking away your attention, bro? Your thoughts power, your mind, your focus. What is it that is taking all those things from? And just use it constructively, because the same energy, your thoughts or your imagination that you're using it on small little things, on unimportant things, you could use the same imagination or the energy to focus on big things, bro. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? So that's all I want to say, man. It's about time that we all focus and make ourselves, better, our lives better, man. You know what I mean? Go after whatever you want that is going to keep you sharp, right? Keep your mind sharp, fam. Keep your body sharp. Keep you motivated every morning. You know what I mean? That's all I want to say, man. But before I continue, don't forget to like and subscribe. Subscribe, guys. I need your support in it. Subscribe. Have a wonderful day, guys, and take care.